This is the plaintiff, Tyee Jones. She says she and her boyfriend rented an apartment from the defendants, and when she and her boyfriend split, they gave her notice to move out. She had to scramble at the last minute to rent a U-Haul truck. She had to find a storage space, and on top of that, they won't refund her the security deposit. She's suing for $1,087.50. Oh, she's out. These are the defendants, Herbert and Linda. Linda says the plaintiff damaged some things in the apartment before she vacated. That's why they kept her security. As far as the U-Haul and storage goes, how can she honestly believe she's entitled to her moving costs when she was on a month-to-month lease? In fact, if anyone's owed money here today, it's them, certainly not the plaintiff. They're accused of being strict landlords. The defendants have filed a countersuit for $3,302.72 for back rent and additional repairs.
All parties, please use your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff rented an apartment. It was all hunky-dory until she broke up with her boyfriend, and the landlord kept her security. The defendant says the plaintiff was a wrecking ball. It's the case of you make me super insecure.
Thank you, Douglas. How do I pronounce your first name?
Tyee.
Tyee
Yeah.
Jones. You are suing Herbert and Linda. You've asked not to mention your last names. Your former landlords for $1,087.50, representing moving costs and balance of the security that they did not return to you. Okay, so you move into their place, and is it an apartment or a house? What is it?
It's an apartment within a 3-family home.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you move in with friend.
Yeah.
And that is November of 2015. Is a
This is
security
December.
deposit paid?
I handled it with the former roommate because we were friends. So me and her agreed to pay out the one that was moving out. So Herbert had the full deposit. Like, he never exchanged any deposits with anyone. No refunds given to anyone moving out.
So you paid prior tenants who were moving out? Did you know them?
I paid them.
Is that how it was worked out?
Yeah.
Okay, so how much is a security deposit?
It was $787.50 just for the portion, my portion.
So between you and your friend who moved in, what was the total paid? 15?
Security is $15.75.
Okay, got it. So then now that person, apparently other people move in and move
Yes.
out and blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
So we get to the 2017.
We get to now.
Okay.
Yes.
And in 2017, you had a boyfriend living there for how long?
He was there for about 3 months.
And then you guys break up?
And then we broke up.
All right. Now, was he actually on the lease? Would you change and put the people who were living there on the lease?
Yes.
Correct.
All right. And was this a month-to-month or?
Month-to-month.
Oh, it's a month-to-month. All right. So now the boyfriend's on the lease. The boyfriend then does what he's supposed to do, and in January gives notice to him that he's moving out.
Yes.
All right. And then you folks, up to then, had there been any problem getting paid or anything, or no?
We did have, in August of 2016, we only received half payment because there was not a roommate there. And then her boyfriend notified us on January 21st that he will be moving out as of February 1st, which was a breach of the agreement because he didn't give us the 30 days. Gave us only...
Now, you purportedly, you've come to court with an affidavit that you say is from him.
Yes.
Saying that you should be paid his half.
Yes.
But that's only if he gave adequate notice and doesn't owe them that half. Because did you pay all of February? Did you pay February for him?
I didn't pay for February because he terminated the lease the last week of January.
How did he terminate the lease the last week of January?
Via text message. I have all of
No,
the
but
text messages.
he gave you notice in January
Yes.
that he gave you the 30 days he's required by law to give you, which says you have to move out by March 1st.
Okay.
That's not terminating the lease, just giving you the notice that you have to move out by March 1st. So who paid February?
No one.
Wait, nobody paid February and you returned her half of the security deposit? Why?
I returned her...
Do you understand what's happening? Did you live there in February?
I was moving out during February.
Yeah, I know. And so, no, the answer is you paid no rent in February.
No.
He paid no rent in February. Both of you have to pay rent in February. If you're both on the lease, you are what is known under the eyes of the law as jointly and severally liable for the whole amount. They're letting you pretend you're two different people, but they don't have to. They could go against either of you for all of it. They're using his rent to pay for February. First, listen, then talk. And You don't pay anything in February, and yet you guys write a check to her for.
Right, the reason why we did that, it was in good faith.
That's not good faith. That's stupid.
Well, it was also we wanted this whole thing to end.
Right. That's why. It's not a good faith. We wanted to be nice to her. She has great hair. It's what it is we wanted this to end. When you want something to end, you put it in writing so that they don't sue you. Because look at where you are now. You ended up paying a security deposit and you got stuck for February rent. And you're getting sued. All right. Do you understand the fallacy of your argument here? If you're still there, the day one in February is owed to the landlords. Oh, you guys are in Queens?
Yes.
All right. Is there an actual month-to-month tenancy lease agreement between you guys that requires 30 days? I think yes.
That's how we have.
Yeah, let me see it. Let me see it. Because normally in the city of New York, unlike every other city in the country, the 5 boroughs, tenants get to just say, oh, by the way, I left yesterday. All right, hold on. Yeah, 30 days. Right. So that was smart. So that balance of security deposit doesn't belong to you. It belongs to them for the rent. And why would they pay you your U-Haul rental and storage?
Okay. The lease states that the rent cannot be used as, the security deposit cannot be used as rent.
By you, not by them. It means, you know how tenants go, I'm not going to pay the last month rent.
Okay.
Just use my security deposit. Every lease says, no, you can't do that, because then if you damage a place moving out, I have no recourse. So that's why the landlords put in the lease that you can't use security deposit at rent. But if you leave owing rent, of course the landlord can use a security deposit as an offset to whatever rent they say. And now I got a counterclaim I got to deal with. But thanks to you coming to court.
Okay. But you
Half
don't
rent
want to know
of August. What happened in August?
Well, she had one person moved out, and we only received a half
Is
payment,
that true?
$787.50.
Yes.
Can you use your security deposit for last month's rent?
No, I don't.
You can't. Okay, now tell me the truth. Have you ever done it?
No, I haven't.
Ah, okay, you're the one. Are you allowed to do it? Are you allowed to use your security for last month's rent?
Of course. I mean, you have to have an arrangement with your landlord. You need to make sure that everybody agrees, and then why
The
not?
landlord will never agree because the security is once you move out. Would you do it?
They have agreed with me before.
Oh, come on.
No, absolutely.
Oh, that's a maniacal laugh going inside the courtroom.
You're jointly and severally liable. That means
Okay.
that you or them or both of you can be sued for the entire amount. You get that or you don't get that? Now you get it.
No,
So
I'm just
August, half
confused.
that rent was due you, and did you tell her, well, we'll let it slide?
Yeah, I mean, we just let it go, and she said she was going to find a new roommate, which was then Jonathan, which moved.
And why are you suing for full rent for February if you're acknowledging that you received the half, that you're using the security deposit to pay for ex-boyfriend's half of it? You understand what I'm saying?
But you can't
Like, in
use
other words, no, don't talk. Because you don't know how to litigate your way out of a paper bag, and I'm trying to help you, and you don't even recognize that. You're interrupting me.
listening
Just
to
stop
you.
talking. All right. So what you meant to get sued for is for her half of it.
Exactly.
Okay, that's what I wanted to just check that was the case. Smoke detector replacement. What happened there?
Yeah, when on my final inspection of the apartment, I noticed that the smoke detector and carbon monoxide detector were missing.
What
It
happened?
was only one, and it detached, and it had broken. So that's what happened.
Did you ever tell him? Because you're supposed to have the thing in there working.
No, I didn't tell him.
Okay.
Because by the time
Did you keep it or you toss it in the garbage can?
I threw it in the garbage.
And according to you, it's more than one that's missing.
One.
Oh, it
Was
is one? Then
yeah.
why is it so much? $119.70. That sounds pricey. Why is that?
They were combos. It was smoke detector.
Can you show proof that
and-
it costs that?
Yeah, I have the home.
May I see it? Why did you return her security deposit?
It was in order for her to move out. I just wanted this
But
whole
she was
thing-
going to move out, wasn't she?
Nah, she was lingering around. You can see it with text
Yeah, but you
messages.
didn't pay it until
And
she left.
Also,
Wait, stop. You didn't pay her a security deposit until after she left.
Right, and she
So
only-
it's not for her to move out that you paid her the security deposit.
I just wanted it to end. If that's what it was going to cost me, it was fine. I had no problem with that.
All right. On your lawsuit against them for The balance of the security deposit, I think we don't need to beat the horse to death any further. You are absolutely not entitled to that because payment of rent for February was due when you live there in February. At all. Even the first day that you live there, the payment is due. And landlords on a month-to-month do not have to pay you. And this is only because it's a month-to-month with a lease that says, that you signed, that says that you'll give 30 days notice, and that he signed that says that you'll give 30-day notice. You need to sue him and get your $750 because you know, he owes it to you from you having paid it back then. But he's entitled to take it for rent because you are both jointly and severally liable for that place. So, yeah. You don't get that balance of security, and you certainly don't get U-Haul and rental. Now let's discuss the countersuit. I haven't. No, stop interrupting me because in a minute I'm going to lose my patience. Smoke detector replacement. I'm going to find that you're entitled to that, which is $119.70. And then the question is, what do I do with the remaining $787.50, which you voluntarily paid to her because you were hoping something would happen and it didn't, and now you want back? I am not going to find that she has to return to you a payment that you voluntarily gave her, because I think that people rely on
fine. That's fine by me and my wife. We
I know you're angry because you feel like you were good landlords and then you got dragged into court. And you're right, because she shouldn't have dragged you into court. Right. So put your hand down. Let's learn something from this one. Let's collect new security deposits so no one can claim, it was 2 people ago. Let's do an inspection every time that somebody leaves. But there's very little that I can teach you because this is great. Because if you didn't have this, you wouldn't be entitled to any notice.
Right.
So, all right. So on her lawsuit against you, 0. On your lawsuit against her, I am going to order the replacement of the smoke detectors, which is $119.70. That's my verdict. Good luck, folks.
Well, in this case, I think both parties obviously learned something here in court today. You learned a little bit maybe about how to interpret a lease. The judge said you couldn't interpret your way out of a paper bag, at one point, she said.
She didn't give me leeway to even explain.
Oh, she gave you plenty of leeway to explain.
I have all my rent receipts.
Yeah, but
for
look,
it was just miscommunication.
I'm sorry, but you got a big 0 in court today.
It's okay.
I hope you did learn something.
I did.
Thank you very much.
Thank
You
you.
will sign a few documents. Herbert and Linda, who are the defendants, they're on their way out of the courtroom. They were suing for $3,300. You got a smoke detector.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Do you feel good?
That's all good.
I mean, I think you two learned something about it. How to be a much more effective and better landlord. Don't you think so?
Absolutely, yes.
Congratulations.
Sometimes you learn the hard way.
Yes, you do. Okay. You seem like nice
Yeah,
landlords.
we just wanted to cut our losses and move on.
No,
That's all.
that was very obvious. We understood that. Okay? And you've done it.
Right.
Okay?
Very good.
Good enough.
Okay.
Okay. Harvey?
Well, the reality is this. You are not allowed to use your security for last month's rent. But a lot of people do it. And the fact is, if you move and the place is clean and you've done no damage, it becomes a case of no harm, no foul. But if you don't, and you don't pay the landlord the money for what was broken, you're probably going to get sued.